I can't believe how cruel football gods can be. Zach Sieler breaks an orbital bone in practice, finger in the eye, and it's cracked. And he's going to miss this week with James Conner showing up. And then maybe multiple weeks in the most critical part of this regime's history. This is it. I think last week's loss was a death knell for the season. But I give it this week. And there's a lot of people who have hope and I believe. And I'd like to see at least a fair competition. But Zach Sieler going down is a brutal blow. No Kohu. And now maybe even Hill, with a messed up foot the last 2 days, might not be here. And certainly if you didn't believe last week was a death knell, you can't go 2-5 going to Buffalo. This is crazy. It feels like either there's real curses going on, the stadium being built on the ceremonial burial grounds is legit. There's a curse there. Or Shula trading away the future for the perfect season. Because this is just so beyond the pale to see this happen like this. Or it's some kind of weird tank job. It just doesn't seem normal. But I spent all day last night putting together this podcast, and I figured I'm going to go check to see if Kelvin Beachum, the right tackle's out. See if that helps us a little bit. And all of a sudden I see Sieler's broken orbital bone and Hill is out. It's crazy. But I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to show you that whatever happens, we got to win. We should win. I'm saying should because we got the talent, whatever, but we should considering all things involved. But I'm going to show you this team is really tough. It's not an easy team, and I think people poo-pooing it. And I think if we win, it's kind of like, oh, yeah. This is not an easy team. They've got a very tough schedule. It's not going to be easy now, especially no Kohu and no Sieler and maybe no Hill. So I want to show you that this team is tough. So if we do win, you can hold your head up high if you have hope and all this other stuff. But I'm also going to say that it's not going to be easy, especially with James Conner, the running back, and this run attack, fourth best, and no Sieler. It's going to be mind-blowing. So I'm going to get into the whole soup of the thing. First, I want to get into this little graphic here. You can see Dolphins, results, green win, red loss. Then the next one, opponents, defensive rank and offensive rank. It's points allowed and points scored. And you can see Jacksonville we faced, 30th and 21st, Buffalo 7th and 5th, Seattle 19th and 8th, Tennessee 21st and 26th, New England 24th and 30th, Indianapolis 12th and 18th. Really, three teams are garbage: Jacksonville, Tennessee, and New England. Buffalo, Seattle, and Indianapolis are respectable. But look at Arizona. Buffalo, with the same as us, 7th and 5th. Los Angeles, 23rd and 23rd. Not going to be easy when we go there in 2 weeks. They're better than what we're seeing. Detroit, 9th and 3rd. Washington, 15th and tied for first most points in the league. San Francisco, 16th and 8th. Green Bay, 10th and 7th. Los Angeles, 1st. And, for those who want to laugh at Herbert, 26 on offense. But when you sum it all up, our points allowed is 21.5, which is 14th, which is pretty good. Points scored, 11.7, 32nd. No bueno. And for them, it's 25.4, which is 25th. Points scored, 21.2, 19th. But when you add the context, you can see this is a tough team. Top 10 ranked units that we faced is 3. Top 10 ranked defenses we faced is 1. Top 10 ranked offenses we faced 2. But look at them. Top 10 ranked units, 9. Top 10 ranked defenses, 4. Top 10 ranked offenses, 5. They've had a very tough schedule. They had a close one against Buffalo. Kick return kind of made it close. They blew out Los Angeles, not a good team, quote unquote. They almost closed versus Detroit. They almost had it by 7 points. Washington, they got blown out, but they beat San Fran 24-23 in their house, blown out by Green Bay, and they played a close Los Angeles. So they can do some stuff, and they've faced a very hard competition group, but then you look at us. We've got all these injuries. We can barely score. Maybe Tua brings it up, but no Hill. And then our defense has been playing pretty good, but you pull Sieler out with James Conner. I'm going to get into him, and it's real tough. On offense, we clearly have to run the football, but we can't just rack up yards. We've got to run that football and get them out of what they like to do. They like to play 7 DBs, don't blitz, 27th in the league in least blitzes. They want to get the 4 after you and play everything in front. So if you break that run, they limit your huge chunk play. They want to put all those DBs back there so the quarterback sees all those jerseys, slows things down, and let it grind out because they believe in their run attack. And they believe that eventually they'll get teams off schedule and they'll keep it close. Although, obviously, with some of these top teams, they can't do it. But we're no top offensive scoring team. So we've got to run that football, not for yards, but change the DC's game plan. Change the way they play us. But Hill not being there is going to hurt because Tua's got to throw the football. You've got to get these guys creeping up. And even if you don't, get one of these broken coverages where you get those 7 points. Points are key. They're going to put 21 points on. They placed top, okay, they got 13 against Detroit, 14 against Washington, but they got 24 against San Fran. And they got 17 against Los Angeles. So we're going to have to get to that 17 to 21. No Hill makes it difficult. No Sieler means James Conner is going to be way more effective. You don't know who James Conner is. He's one of the best running backs in the league. He's Derrick Henry, but without the breakaway speed, a little more move inside, and more dangerous. He's got a lot more wiggle, and he plays violently. And it's going to be so tough without Sieler. Some people like Benito Jones. I'm not high on him. Peely's okay. Chop can't really hold down the run game. Ogba's coming off the bicep. I like Campbell, but he can't play everywhere, and he's older. Our linebackers struggle with attack, stack, and shed. And without Sieler, that means more guys getting to the second level. And you look at James Conner, 27 rushes to the left end is the most, 3.9. Left tackle, 4.6. Left guard, 2.8. 7 on middle left. 5.5 in middle right. 3.9 right guard, and 4.9 right tackle. But understand, he's not big run, 80 yards, and then 10 more plays for 2 yards, and you get 110 on a day. Well, he had a good day. No, he didn't. This is death by 1,000 cuts. 7th in overall yards. Not, it's good, but it's not, whoa. But first down is number 1 in the league with 31. 10 plus yards. Second, even though he's not getting these huge. So he's killing you with this. 6, 7, 8, 9. No runs over 22. But, man, he's putting the offense on schedule. He's beating you down, and he's wearing you out towards the end of the game. And he's sucking you up. Without Sieler, he's going to change the way Weaver plays this game. Weaver's going to have to crunch the box, and you got Holland with the bad hand. He's going to have to blitz more. He's going to have to play guys closer in. And when that happens, Murray booting outside, thinner secondaries to hit the football. They got Trey McBride, who's a damaging tight end when he gets the opportunities. And without Sieler, everything is getting crunched. And he's probably still going to tack up those yards. And so, remember, with Murray, you're going to have to play a little bit of spy. You're going to have to control your pass rush. It's going to slow everything down, making this terrible pass offense. Murray's not a good passer, but it's going to make it a lot easier. And even when you stack the box, you're going to have a hard time probably stopping him. And number 1 in the league, 33 forced missed tackles. Now, he's second with the most fumbles of 3, 1 in the run game, 2 in the pass game, so that's maybe someplace. But this guy's 30 years old, loves the game, plays violently. He's the heart of the team. If we somehow can stop him, it's going to say a lot for certain people's evaluations and for this defense and for our chance to win. It's going to come down to the run games. But not just last week. We ran the ball great, but it didn't change what the Colts like to do. They didn't blitz us. If Arizona blitzes us, you see more and more blitzes, then we're on our way to probably winning. No Hill changes stuff, though, guys. This is just really been set up. If Hill's in there, it's a big, big difference because Hill will get that opportunity. Last week, you could see it. He missed one with Huntley. It could have been a big play. But without Hill, clearly without Sieler, this game is going to be very, very, very difficult. And I really think that Weaver's going to be a little hamstrung. We cannot have the discipline the bad, poor, screwed up discipline we've had for a long, long time. We can't be, just not being adaptive. We're going to have to find some weaknesses. McDaniel's going to have to change some things up. Use that OBJ to find something. Jonnu Smith, Waddle, and hopefully Hill. Tua drives this offense in the passing game. We get able to run the football game. A lot of credit should go to McDaniel. A lot of credit should go to Tua. I don't think this means if we win this game that we're going to be good long term. Buffalo's going to be very tough. LA's going to be very tough, and there's a long road there. We got to win this one. We win it, and it is kudos for people's hope, for Tua and everything else. If we lose, though, I don't think, unless Tua screws up and throws lots of picks, this is going to be very, very tough. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a point chaser than we're used to. Sieler is so huge. He sucks those doubles and allows Benito, even Campbell at times, more often than he will be now. Benito, Peely and everybody else to have single blockers. And this offensive line's pretty good. Kelvin Beachum, if he's out, it really does help us. And this is going to be a tough game. A little side note, Evan Brown was our guard in 2019. He's not that good. He's in because Hernandez is injured. Thank God he's real tough. But then you got to worry about Murray. Murray can just, when you're running inside and those linebackers are coming up, and their eyes are going to be on Connor. It's not going to be like, oh, okay. No, they're going to creep up. All of a sudden, the sides are exposed. And last week, if you saw, Murray broke it to the edge and took it to like 40 yards. He's going to be dangerous. We struggle against the scrambling quarterbacks. I wanted to see this regime either succeed or crap out based without on this like witchcraft bad luck. This is not going to be easy, especially if he's missing multiple weeks. Broken orbital bone, finger in the eye in practice is mind-blowing. Connor Williams, Freudian slip. James Conner is an unbelievable back. I just pray he doesn't show us how unbelievable this week. It's going to be so tough. Watch these two run games. Watch how the defenses respond and watch the blitzes. If they're blitzing, things are kind of going a good way for the people being blitzed. If they blitz us, we'll find stuff in the secondary. We'll break to the edges and get these big chunk runs. If not, it's going to be a problem. So, anyway, catch me tonight on my live, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Catch me tomorrow on AFC Shakedown, 4 p.m. I'll put the link in tomorrow's podcast, guys. It's going to be a big game. Get crazy. This is just such bad luck. Anyway, Curtis saying, be well, go Fins. Curtis out. Start building your own online sports book today by getting signed up with aceperhead.com service that'll allow you to book action on sports from all around the world.